Hello, my name is Pieter Giffroy. I'm a lawyer based in Brussels, Belgium, and I'm with the law firm TIMELEX. TIMELEX is a law firm specialized in technology law, and we are involved in the ARICA project because of the importance of compliance when fighting child sexual abuse and exploitation online, in particular on the dark web. The importance of compliance is relevant for two main things, I would say. First, to have admissible evidence at the end of the road, and second, to make sure that the public trust in police remains at a high level. This means that compliance with fundamental rights, data protection, privacy, fair trial, presumption of innocence, just to name a few, is key to make sure that we have that public trust while fighting this really difficult problem. Our role in ARICA specifically is that we have been performing a continuous monitoring activity of legislation, which covers EU legislation as well as national laws. The product of that activity is a white paper that we have published recently and is available online on sparksinthedark.net, which is a community initiative of all kinds of projects working on this topic of child sexual abuse and exploitation, all projects funded by the European Union that are sharing their outcomes and their results on this community space. So if you want to see the white paper, you can have a look there. Now, a white paper is a document with a dual kind of function. A, to inform on, in this specific case, the legal framework that we are mentioning, and also B, to have policy recommendations. So we are covering both of those angles in the white paper as well, specifically then on child sexual abuse and exploitation investigations, and specifically also focusing on the dark web. However, and this is important to note, we cover all of the issues in a broader sense. So even if you are a law enforcement authority not working on the specific field, or specific topic rather, and in this specific field, you can still probably learn some things from this white paper. It's still worth a read. Now, what do we cover then? We cover three main topics. The first topic is the procedural legality of what we call OSINT tools. OSINT stands for Open Source Intelligence, and this means that you are accessing data freely available on the internet, and you're trying to learn insights from it or use it in an investigation. So we are covering what the legal framework is for the use of such tools, specifically in terms of admissibility of the evidence produced by the use of these tools. So the procedural legality and the impact on fundamental rights that I also mentioned earlier, specifically privacy, data protection, and fair trial, to name the most important ones. We're also covering the AI Act. That's the second point. So if you have been paying attention to the news recently, you will have seen that on the 12th of July, the EU passed the new AI Act, which is being applicable as of the 1st of August. And this covers also specifically certain law enforcement uses, high-risk law enforcement uses. Many of those uses may overlap with these type of OSINT open source intelligence tools. So we are covering also the angle of compliance with the new AI Act. Again, the analysis in the white paper is broader and more broadly applicable than just this specific focus, let's say, of child sexual abuse and exploitation on the dark web. So if you are a law enforcement user using AI in other types of scenarios, you may likely still learn something from this. So again, the white paper is always covering the compliance, the legal analysis, as well as some policy recommendations on this topic. The third element of our white paper is data protection compliance, specifically for law enforcement. This is the Law Enforcement Directive, which has many national implementations. So we cover that angle as well, specifically again for OSINT tools to be used in the fight against child sexual abuse and exploitation on the dark web, but more broadly applicable. So as for all of the three topics, we try to make an analysis that is useful to law enforcement, not just for this very particular aim and topic, but more broadly. So the paper is available online, and we will be sharing this paper and quite a lot of other content, specifically also some webinars on the AI Act in the upcoming weeks and months to share the knowledge and to help law enforcement prepare for the AI Act and the challenges that it will bring, as well as generally to share the knowledge on the specific angle that we've covered in the ARICA project. I think personally that ARICA has been doing really great work. They're providing, or we're aiming to provide law enforcement authorities with cost-effective and really capable tools to add to the existing toolbox. And I really am quite happy that the ARICA project's initiators, let's say, have seen that the legal angle is really important and have involved us from the very beginning to make sure that whatever is produced and provided to law enforcement can be used in compliance with fundamental rights and important legal principles, which benefits the admissibility of the evidence, but also, like I said in the very beginning, the public trust in police, which is, I think, of paramount importance. Thank you and have a nice day.